Welcome to Just Omer. Maybe I just spoke too quick. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Just Omer. My name is Omer, Ahern Jr., and I am the County Commissioner from District 3 here in Grafton County. And it's been a few weeks since I've been here to make the report. I've had some medical issues last few weeks, like a lot of people in New Hampshire and the United States. So, glad to be here. Again, I want to thank PBTV for their patience with me and for allowing me to continue to make these public presentations about what goes on up at the Grafton County Complex up in North Haverhill, New Hampshire, and give you this periodic report. I'm one of 3 county commissioners, District 3, and I represent the towns in eastern and southern Grafton County. I go up as far as the towns of Warren and Campton, and over to Dorchester and Groton and Grafton and Canaan, and then down to Alexandria, Bristol, of course Holderness, Plymouth, and Hebron. Are all part of my district. I believe there's 17 towns in District 3. And I serve with 2 other county commissioners. The chairperson of the Grafton County Commissioners this time is Commissioner Wendy Piper, again, District 1. And that District 1 is made up of the towns of Hanover, Lebanon, and Enfield. And then Commissioner Piper and I serve with Commissioner Linda Lauer from the town of Bath, and she serves Commissioner District 2, which includes all of the towns north of Hanover, starting with Lyme, up the the western side of Grafton County, and all the towns in northern Grafton County, north of Campton and north of Warren, and all of those towns. So the 3 of us as county commissioners by state statute from the mid-1870s is how long county government has been around. We are responsible for the operations of the Grafton County Nursing Home, the Grafton County Department of Corrections, where the House of Correction is located and the county jail is located. House of Correction specifically is for people who have been found guilty under our New Hampshire criminal justice system, and they have been sentenced to less than a year and a day in jail. And we rely on the inmates from the House of Correction to work on our farm operation, which is another part of our duties as commissioners is to maintain a farm. We have an excellent dairy farm, and most years we have quite a vegetable operation there, and we also have pigs and chickens. And the initial reason for having a farm at the county homes in New Hampshire starting out in the 1870s was to feed the residents in the House of Correction and feed the staff, people that worked at the county homes, and also to provide food for the 3rd operation that the county commissioners are responsible for, that being the county nursing home. A long-term care nursing facility up in North Haverhill, all on the county complex. Most all of these buildings, farm, House of Correction, Department of Corrections, nursing home, administration buildings, plus the county courthouse are all located on a 25-acre parcel up there on the Dartmouth College Highway in the town of North Haverhill. And the commissioners are responsible for the operation of those 3 operations by state statute. The county commissioners meet mostly at least once a week on Tuesdays at the county complex at 9 o'clock in the morning. And every meeting, we meet with a certain number of the county department heads, different departments that, are responsible for the actual day-to-day operations of the county facility. We have a county administrator. We have the county nursing home administrator, Craig Labor. We have the correctional superintendent, Superintendent Tom Elliott, and we thank Tom for his service as a Marine a number of years ago. Thank you, Tom. And we also have Grant Nelson, who is the farm manager. And one of the reports I'm going to share with you today would be a report that Grant Nelson made yesterday to the Board of Commissioners, his monthly farm report. We also have the county courthouse up there where the county superior court holds its proceedings for felony cases under the criminal justice system. It's also where the state probation and parole department is housed for Grafton County. It's also where the county sheriff's department, High Sheriff Jeff Stiegler, that's H-I-G-H, Sheriff Jeff Stiegler. His offices are in the county courthouse, and the county dispatch department, and many of our towns in Grafton County use the county dispatch system. And so Tom Andrus is the department head for the dispatch center up there in Grafton County. So we have, quite a few departments up there. Oh, another very important department up there is the maintenance department. And Jim Oakes, again, another veteran, and we thank Jim for his service to our nation. Jim has electricians and plumbers on staff, and the maintenance department is there to make sure that the ventilation systems are working properly. The windows go up and down right. The elevators are properly working. This time of year, very important to make sure the parking lots are plowed, and the driveways and the walkways are all properly shoveled and sanded to make sure there's 24-hour a day, 365-day a year access to the nursing home, and during the week, access to the Registry of Deeds. Also the county attorney's office, County Attorney Marcy Hornick and her staff mostly are are housed up there at the Grafton County Complex. The county attorney office also has satellite offices in Lebanon, here in Plymouth, and I believe they have an office up in northern Grafton County, I believe up in Littleton, but you can check the county attorney's website to find out more about what County Attorney Hornick and her staff are doing. But again, they definitely have, the county attorney's office definitely has offices here in the town of Plymouth, I believe up at the Whole Village Center. The other very important department is the Information Technology Department, the IT department, and the county has just switched over to contracting with an outside provider of these services. The cybersecurity is one of the main issues because there's just so much confidential information that flows through the county government and the county services up there in the nursing home, the HIPAA rules and regulations. We've got to make sure that information about our residents in the nursing home is not made available to the public. Of course, the criminal justice records in the sheriff's department and the county attorney's office and the courthouse, that all of that information is kept confidential. Certainly Um, just so much information up there that we need to make sure that it is properly secured. But we've all heard about all of these scams and situations where the security in the internet world is breached. So we have a new outfit that is providing these services, and they also report to us. So if you ever have any questions about what's going on up at the Grafton County Complex, up in Grafton County, up in North Haverhill, give me a call. My phone number it's the only phone I have. I do not have a cell phone because we don't have cell phone service up in Wentworth. But my office number is, and again, that's the only phone that I've got, is 603-764-6024. 603-764-6024. I do have email. My one concession to the 21st century. My email address is omer.ahern.jr, the @ gmail.com. omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. And that's another good way of getting in touch with me. Talking about IT and emails. The Grafton County Commissioners back in 2021 established a broadband committee to look into bringing broadband into every town and city, and making sure that every town and city in Grafton County has broadband available to them. And the plan is right now going into effect, where the Broadband Committee is using ARPA funds and then getting matching grants in order to do that backbone, the broadband backbone, so that broadband is for every town that doesn't have it, and every municipality that does not yet have broadband access, to make sure every town, every small town, even Groton and Dorchester has broadband up there to their town office buildings, and then the towns would then be responsible for getting the branches out to the individual residents who want to have broadband. And one of the good reasons why is because in this day and age, especially with the lockdowns and so on due to COVID, people are working from home. And many of these people are in highly technical jobs. You know who you are. And many of these jobs require internet access and the very best and the highest availability internet access that broadband would provide. So one of the things that I'm going to ask all of you folks out there is to check with your boards of selectmen to make sure that they're fully aware of what is going on with the county broadband committee, and that there's no duplication. If your town already has it, the backbone, what do they call it? The middle mile. Again, these words are all kind of foreign to me. But if they're not in the process, and if they're not aware of what's going on, they should be, because there have been several mailings to all the different towns, administrators and select boards and city councils to let them know that the county is going to make sure that this is available to every town in the county. So please check with your select boards or your town administrators. I think Bristol, the town of Bristol, you folks are all set. Your town administrator, I believe his name is Chris Coates, is the chairman of the county broadband committee, and Mr. Coates is doing a great job. Administrator Coates is doing a great job of, I think, in getting out this information and organizing the plan. So the county has hired an outfit to come in and do the studies and put in all of the whatever needs to be done to make sure that every town and city in Grafton County is provided with broadband to a central location in that town, usually the town office building, and then the towns working with their townspeople will get the branches out to individual homes. So that's really important. And one other thing I'd like to talk with you folks about is slightly used nuclear fuel, SUNF. And Grafton County has been talking with a fellow by the name of Steve Curtis, who worked for the federal nuclear energy offices, and then he worked out west for the state of Nevada. And he has presented a couple of times presentations to the Grafton County commissioners about slightly used nuclear fuel and how that can be used to, number one, provide some new economic opportunities here in Grafton County, and yes, throughout the entire state of New Hampshire, to create these new small nuclear power generators. Kind of like what's already on many of our United States Navy vessels and our nuclear-powered U.S. Navy submarines. So the technology is out there. It's a matter of getting the governor of the state of New Hampshire, Governor Sununu, to request from the federal government to release the $42 billion, that's with a B, $42 billion that is sitting in Washington, D.C. right now. That $42 billion is money that the ratepayers in the state of New Hampshire have paid over the years as part of their electric rates for electricity coming out of Seabrook. And that money can then be released to the state of New Hampshire for the purpose of setting up these small nuclear-powered generators. And I'm thinking of this for Grafton County because Grafton County pays a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for electricity. And the way Mr. Curtis explains this, these new nuclear generators can save the county and the state government and all the counties and even towns in New Hampshire money by taking advantage of the slightly used nuclear fuel. So what the common understanding is, well, all of this used waste fuel that's out in Nevada and the waste, so-called waste fuel down in Seabrook, well, it's not waste. All of that fuel still has 200 to 400 years worth of power in it that could be very much used to the benefit of all the people, in Grafton County, state of New Hampshire, and the entire country. So if you go to Mr. Curtis's website, it's wastetoenergynow.com. wastetoenergynow.com. You will find out a lot of information about this slightly used nuclear fuel, SUNF, and it'll take you to other websites and give you some really outstanding information that I have found to be very, very helpful going forward. I have Grafton County Commissioners through the State of New Hampshire Energy Department has requested that Governor Sununu send that letter to the federal government asking them to start to release that money to New Hampshire. and for the purpose of creating these nuclear energy generators and save people money. So yesterday, the 14th of December, the county commissioners met, yesterday being Tuesday, and on the agenda was County Attorney Marcy Hornick, and she talked about the new hires at her department, county attorneys and so on. And so that was a quick report from County Attorney Hornick. Then we had a report from the farm manager, Grant Nelson. Grant does a great job with the cows that we have up there. We have a herd that's right now, I think around, right now, according to his December 2021 farm report, there are 79 cows averaging, that are milked every day, averaging 80 pounds of milk per day. The county is then shipping around 6,500 pounds of milk every other day to Agrimark, and we sell that milk in bulk to Agrimark, and the butter fat is 4.23%, and the protein is 3.16%. Grafton County received $20.21 per hundredweight for the milk that they sold to Agrimark in November. Under the Farm Doc program, Farm DOC, Department of Corrections program, that the county commissioners adopted back in, I think, February or March of this year, one of the things that's in the Farm Doc program is to take some of the milk that we produce at Grafton County and process that milk on site so that, that milk can be used at the Department of Corrections. We would not be using the milk at the county nursing home, primarily because the county nursing home gets its milk from Hatchland Dairy, and Howard Hatch and his family have their farm right next to, their farm is right next to the county farmlands, and Mr. Hatch, Howard, has been a wonderful neighbor to Grafton County Farm. If we've had a piece of equipment that's down, or if we need help getting our corn chopped, or the manure spread, and we need some help, Howard and his team have been there just anytime we need them. And so Howard Hatch and your family, thank you. Thank you for being good neighbors to Grafton County. And that saves money for you taxpayers in Grafton County. The next item, which has been a real problem for challenge for Grafton County the entire time of this COVID lockdown, is number 2, the inmate who helps with milking. You notice I said the word inmate. We have just one inmate now working on the farm. That inmate who helps with milking will be released on December 16th, and that is tomorrow. And Sergeant Griffin does not have any more inmates to help. Because of the bail, the changes in the bail laws, we've had a real problem and the court shut down for a long period of time due to the COVID lockdown. We just don't have the inmate help, and that's a big part of the work that is done on the farm, which is one reason why, as I've mentioned before, we did not plant the number and varieties of vegetables that we usually plant on the farm land that we have up there. And we have some excellent farmland on the Connecticut River up there. This year, as I've said, we only planted winter squash, pumpkins, and sweet corn, and then potatoes. And those items are going to be fed into the Grafton County Nursing Home and the House of Correction, Department of Corrections. Also, a lot of those vegetables were made available to the public through the farm stand that the county has up there. But we've got to figure out a way to help out, get more help, because you have to milk cows every day. And at Grafton County, we have to milk our cows twice a day. And so we're trying to figure out what we can do. Maybe under the farm doc plan, we could make some technology changes up there. Our herdsman, the third item on the report, our herdsman has been out of work with COVID, and we hope to have him back in within the next couple of days. Item number 4, the boar is in a pen with 5 sows. So next spring we will have more piglets to sell to the public. So if you're looking to bring some pigs into your home farm, your farmstead, we're going to have some wonderful quality piglets for sale next spring. The sand is stockpiled for winter freestall bedding for the heifers and the young stock in the barn. We had a real problem with our 2020 John Deere tractor, so we had to have a major engine rebuild there on that John Deere. And then Grant Nelson is reaching out to co-op food stores of Lebanon in New Hampshire in hopes of selling potatoes. We currently have more than 850-pound bags of potatoes in storage. So that's the quick report from the farm. The next person on the agenda yesterday was our Human Resource Director, Karen Clough. And one of the things that, she meets with us actually more than once a month because of the COVID guidelines that have, come down from the federal government. And we, the commissioners, a majority of the commissioners approved the vaccine mandate, but then that was stopped because of decisions by federal courts in the country. So, but the reason why I want to mention also what Karen Clough, our Human Resource Director, does is to let you know that there are many openings at the Grafton County Complex. Many of those are in the nursing department. We have a need for LNAs, licensed nursing assistants. We need 15 full-time LNAs. We need registered nurses and licensed practical nurses. We have 13, almost 14 full-time positions vacant at this time. We have a registered nurse per diem for the Department of Corrections that we need to fill. We have 9 full-time equivalent corrections officers that we need to fill at the Department of Correction. We need a part-time housekeeper. We need an evening clinical assistant. We need a maintenance assistant. We need a dietary aide. And we are in the process of interviewing a new payroll coordinator, but we haven't hired one yet. So keep that in the back of your mind. We're also working on the wage study update, and we're working on making some recruitment videos, and of course the COVID guidelines. So I got nowhere near what I wanted to share with you folks today, but suffice it to say, these are difficult, challenging times in our world and in our state and in our country, and I pray every day for the wonderful work that is done by our corrections officers and our nursing staff up there at Grafton County. They're heroes, and I just thank the good work that Tom Elliott and Craig Labor, Karen Clough, Julie Libby, and Mr. Oakes, Jim Oakes, does as the maintenance supervisor, and the work that Grant does. So Again, I'm Omer Ahern Jr. I'm the District 3 Grafton County Commissioner. If you have any questions or concerns, please give me a call at 603-764-6024. And if you have any questions, we also have the Grafton County website that you can check out. And I am over my time. I want to thank the folks here at PBTV for giving me this opportunity. And if I don't see you, please have a very happy, safe, Merry Christmas, and please have a safe, prosperous, and joy-filled New Year. God bless America, and God bless the Granite State of New Hampshire. Thank you.